hazardous material, chemicalization. If I eat this food, am I going to fall sick? Is anybody worried about that? You come to Clean Production Action, and yes, we are worried about it, and we're doing something about it. There are people out there who are gathered around this question of creating an environment in which your kids and my kids are safe. My goal is to really create an ecosystem that understands all the questions within the big question. Who is going to fund the work? Who is going to be the scientist to develop new chemicals? Who is going to be the corporation that is going to embrace that science? Who is going to be the client, the person on the street who is going to buy the right chemical and look out for the right chemical? Because at the end of the day, we can create an ecosystem that functions in partnership. Then we can reduce the impact of hazardous material and chemicals. The chemical footprint really is to map out what your chemicalization looks like. What chemicals do you have in your supply chain, for example? Once we map that out, then we have what we call green screen, which then tells you which one of those chemicals is toxic enough to create a problem. Eventually, if you decide to clean up, then we can give you a certification from green screen. You need people like Clean Production Action to help you vet, the processes of your production so that we can actually tell you what is in your production that is hazardous to the marketplace. There's some really good companies out there who really care about what chemicals and what hazards these chemicals bring to the table and how can they get rid of them and clean up their supply chain and their production chain.
Major retailers, Walmart, Target, Apple, they have collaborated deeply with the tools we have because they want to ensure the highest levels of product safety. And by collaborating with us, they can really have authenticity, right? That they're moving to inherently safer chemistries that isn't greenwash. These are materials that have been rigorously tested, they've been screened, and that's going to build up confidence with their customer base, with their workers, with their stakeholders and investors. And that's really, again, about competitive advantage, future-proofing, and really being ahead in their sector on these issues.
That's the movement of the 21st century, where all of us congregate to answer the question of healing our environment, of healing our health, of being concerned citizens around hazardous material. But there's room for everyone in this conversation within Clean Production Action. Hopefully every chemical is no longer hazardous. That would be the dream for all of us.